Hi everybody, happy Friday. Flip through Friday this week is exciting because I actually have, I guess if you count this as well for in terms of US releases, I have three new or newer release books in this week's Flip through Friday. Normally I review new release books the day I get them, which is if I pre-order them is usually release day. Because of recent events and the delay in some orders from Amazon, I did get some of these a little late. So I figured I'd just wait and we'd do them all today. Plus, I added in a few from a previous Dover sale that I thought would be neat to kind of just round out where we usually hit about 4 or 5 books a week. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. No, not a lot of fanfare here. I will say that my mom is, for those of you that are wondering, my mom is continuing to improve. She was up and walking yesterday, and unfortunately, as of this morning, they have completely banned visitors at the hospital, so now my dad can't even get in to see her. They are starting her on Plavix today, which is the medication she would have had to take after 45 days of blood thinners. So I'm assuming Plavix is another blood thinner, but it's like a real low grade one. They're going to try that, and I guess they want to monitor her with that for at least a day to make sure she doesn't have any issues with it. We really, really hope she gets sent home tomorrow, but it could be Monday before she gets sent home. I don't want her in the hospital, but I don't want her to come home and then have to go back to the ER and go through different areas of that hospital again either. So, anyway, that's where we're at. This is Kerby Rosanes' World Within Worlds. Worlds Within Worlds, excuse me. And a whole bunch of people have done a flip through of this, so this is probably not surprising to anybody. I think those in the UK might have gotten this a little sooner than the ones in the US. So I did go ahead and purchase this and pre-order it. It is kind of a matte, toothy cover to it. That's the front of it. And this is the back. It is wider than like a standard 8.5 by 11 size book. It is wider than that, but it is also a little bit shorter. So I think it overall makes up for it. You just get a more landscape feel to your pages rather than that portrait letter feel. Let me open it up. There is the title page. These are, Kerby Rosanes books are double-sided. So, but I have seen people use water mediums and water-based mediums and pencils in these. Of course, when you have marker, you might run into a little bit of an issue. I've seen people frequently use acrylic paint here in these books, and that has worked well too. So just keep that in mind. Here's the illustrated by and then nameplate page. Generally, and I may use this picture for it, I don't know, but generally I like to try to pick one of the front sections like this to use as kind of a tester for pencils. But I like this one so much I almost want to do trials somewhere else. I'm not sure if this is the exact same paper. Maybe here. This will be a good place to do the trial. There's magical keys. There's some different finding adventures in these books as well, which is in some of his other books. Again, I'm not 100% sure if this is the same type of paper. I would have to go back and look. My assumption is it will be very similar paper, though to be fair, it feels... They're sitting right here, Michelle. Let me see. Before we get started. Copyright is the same. First published by Lom Art. Looks like it might be a different publisher. Might be. Or not. I don't know. I'm sitting here. Call me crazy. This feels thicker. This paper feels thicker, and the book is also actually about similar size. Might be just a little bit taller. So, and let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments, but the paper does feel a little thicker to me, which I'm happy about for sure. Alright, now we're to the first page. I've seen so many just awesome pictures coming through Instagram on these. I know John at Bibliophile Colorist has been working on this one, and that one's looking awesome. I've been watching his progress on that one. This one definitely has a different feel to it. In terms of you're getting a lot more, not just like animals, or you're getting like actual landscapes, and more landscapes and things like that. I don't know how quite to explain that. Guys, my brain is not working right. I'm still just really struggling this week. Even coloring has been a bit of a struggle for me. So, but I'm super excited to do this. I saw someone do one of these recently too. Claire maybe. That turned out just amazing. So one thing, goodness, oh no, I coughed on camera. That's it. Couldn't be that I just tried to eat a handful of almonds before this and they got caught in my throat. No. What a week. Anyway, I am feeling fine, by the way, or at least fine's not how I would describe how I feel, but I don't feel sick. So, no, I don't have a regular cough or anything. That was, in fact, the almonds. So, I really like the little snow globe here. I think I've seen that one as well. I like them all, but I don't know. This book definitely jumps out to me more for me to want to color it than some of his other books, though I love them. And I saw a gorgeous one of these and on Instagram last night too. That's cool. His pages are very detailed, and so in a lot of cases, and so I think for a lot of people, including myself, they can seem a bit overwhelming. I get overwhelmed easily. I get overwhelmed easily by stuff. There is the full-size picture of the images on the cover. I think Coloroo on Instagram's working on this one. I'm surprised I'm remembering this many names right now, y'all. Oh, man. I have no idea what I'm doing this weekend. I have no idea what I'm doing coloring-wise, anything-wise. I'm just, right now, things seem to be changing so much. I'm just taking it day to day. And for the moment, I was like, you know, I want to do a flip through Friday, so we're going to do this. This is cool. I'd really want to look into maybe some tutorials or such on like kind of like glass and reflections and things like that for that. Okay, that's just adorable. I really kind of want to do that one first. Maybe. Maybe. I do apologize if I'm a bit quiet today. Just, if you watch my video on Wednesday, you know how rough it's been. And I'm struggling a lot with my anxiety and my depression, which in terms of anxiety is probably, I like this one a lot. My anxiety is probably not a real shocker to anybody right now. I don't know many people who aren't dealing with some sort of anxiety right now, so. A lot of pictures in this one too, which is really nice. You get plenty to color in a book like this. I love that snake train. That is actually pretty cool too. I think it's fun watching people flip through this and like seeing how different pictures appeal to different people. I saw someone do this one recently too. And I wish I could remember their name because they did it on YouTube. Crud. I don't know. Anyway, that one was really, really gorgeous. I like that one a lot too with the clock. Oh, Annie's at my feet. Probably gonna try to crawl up here at some point. Yeah, I was on the phone with my therapist yesterday, and I was like, boy, I bet you've had a busy week. And I also laughed because I was like, you know, because a few weeks ago, this one's cool. A few weeks ago, before all of the news really started, I was already getting all cranked up and worried about coronavirus. And I think that was the one meeting or the session we had where she said I overthink more than just about anybody else she's ever met. I've seen a lot of these too done that look gorgeous. But anyway, so I was nervous. Oh, this shows all the answers back here. Ooh, that might be a good tester page too. Yeah, Anyway, I don't know if you want to be spoiled, but all the answers are back here. I'll just flip through them quickly. You can share your creations using the hashtag worlds within worlds. I definitely think this is, if not his best book, one of his best books. And I know a lot of people, myself included, were kind of disappointed with his last book. I didn't even buy it. Not the collection one, but the one before that. And I didn't even buy that one. So I'm glad to see that one and him move in a different direction like that. So All right, another new, I think it's either this week or last week release, by our beloved Teresa Goodridge, is Creative Haven, or Dover Publishing's Country Gardens coloring book. If you've been around this channel for a while, you know I'm a big Teresa Goodridge fan. She definitely knows. She has like seasonal books, and then she comes out with different books like this. And she definitely has a talent for drawing flowers and gardens and landscapes. And she even was at the, where'd it go? The Home Sweet Home. She even does, I mean, she does setting like scenes really well. Like just homey, comforting, happy, relaxed scenes. That is like her specialty to me. So I always enjoy her books. Again, can seem a little overwhelming at first because there's a lot of detail in them, but then once I get one done, I'm like, oh, this is so nice, you know. All right, so this is I'm just holding a little bit to keep the glare off. Basic letter sized book. Creative Haven books. The standard books come with 31 images. There are exceptions, but most of their books are 31 images. Retails for $5.99 US. I think I pre-ordered it at, well, I don't know if I actually saved anything off it or not. I can't remember. Anyway, these are perforated and one-sided. Medium quality paper is pretty consistent for all the Creative Haven books. Here is one of the pictures colored. It's sort of like an inspiration picture. And then we have the title page. You usually get like a little paragraph blurb here, kind of summarizing what's in the book and all your like copyright and ISBN information there. So here we go. I've had a lot of luck in her books. I have used Tombows. I've used them as watercolors in here. I like that one. I've used Arteza Everblend markers and actually blended the markers. Trying to think. Of course, I like that one too, where she has the little cats and dogs in the pictures, or in any sort of animals, is always something I really enjoy. I've used pencils. I've used ink tints. Of course, like I said, I've used alcohol marker, and I've even blended alcohol marker in here. I've used pastel. I've used distress ink. I feel like I've used just about all the different types of coloring mediums I have, and I haven't come across anything that caused me much of an issue. I use the Arteza Real Brush pens. Those do nicely in here as well. Her books, I get compelled to blend, and I get compelled to use different mediums a lot with hers. I don't know why, I just do. Probably because there's usually so many different textures in her pages. So like when I see this, I think, you know, like a marker or watercolor underneath, and using some maybe distress ink over the lines to give it kind of that wood grain feel to it. And like, I'm just trying to think offhand here. Here, using some ink tints for the stones, just to give it some shading, just with the ink tints, pencils, and water. Again, doing that kind of wood grain look there. So I get, when I look at her pictures, I get inspired to use a lot of different types of mediums a lot of times. So it's one of the reasons I really like her books. And I don't know, right now flowers seems like a good thing to go to color to just to just distract myself from my current life and everything going on. I have trouble focusing. Like, I'll start try to color or read or do something, and I might get about 10 minutes into it, and then that's about as long as I can distract myself, and then it just starts back up again. I like this one a lot. You don't just have flowers, but you've got actual different plants and stuff mixed in too. Oh, little kitten. Stop clicking my mouse. You stop this video, I'm gonna beat you. Yeah, when I've been at home for the cats, fortunately, the one good thing I guess I could say is when I have been home, I like this one a lot with the water right there. It's kind of been business as usual in regards to the cats. I stayed a couple nights with my parents, and they didn't like that much. But the days I've been home, I've been trying to just maintain some sort of routine, and so they don't seem too upset by the sudden changes in life. Just pretty much as long as they get fed and they have an opportunity to lay all over me at least once a day, they seem to be pretty happy. I like this one a lot too. I like them all, but I'm just like certain, like in the worlds within worlds, you've just got certain ones that appeal to you in a specific way. And these are ones that, like, that's the one from that front cover that I think's really cool. I actually really like this one as well because you've got more of the desert landscaping going on there. These are not like quick colors and then I'm done. These are probably the pictures that I spend, time, a significant amount of time on. But they're always great when they're done. I don't ever regret spending that much time on them. Which this one doesn't look too complicated. Like this one looks like it would be kind of a simple one to knock out. So here is Country Gardens. Another release, and this one I believe is legit new release this week, by my other favorite Creative Haven artist, Marjorie Sarnat. This is Festive Mexican Talavera. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Designs, again, by Marjorie Sarnat. Again, a Creative Haven book with 31 images, $5.99 US. Same format as any other Creative Haven book. Teresa Goodridge and Marjorie Sarnat and George Tufexis are probably, if I had to pick, 2 or 3 artists that I, really, really love from Creative Haven, it would be those 3. If anybody was curious to know, and anybody that's watched this channel for a while probably already knows that, based on the amount of books I review for each of them. I just like their individual styles, and for Tufexis, I love his, the way he does his color by numbers. So here is the title page and then a colored version of one of the pages. Your paragraph description and copyright. And then here we go. Oh, and before we get started, just because this is a little unique, I am going to note this. Talavera is a region in Spain. It's a pottery style. So the style that she uses in this book is kind of like a pottery style. So bright, bold colors are definitely something to use here. You could probably Google images of that to get another good, get some more good inspirational ideas if you want to color them a certain way, or if you just want to color them the way you want to color them. Either way, that's cool. But I did not know that till I purchased this book, so I may try to Google some myself just to get an idea for colors and textures and things like that. So and she does incorporate some of the animals from her other books in here, which I think's very cool. This definitely has more of a textured type of design, which a lot of her art already does have some texture kind of built into it. But for this specific type of design, it's something that is part of that. So they look kind of angry. Does that goldfish look angry too? That goldfish looks sassy. I'm assuming that's goldfish. That fish looks sassy. They look disturbed, I think. Not sure why. There's the elephant from the front cover. I was looking at to make sure this wasn't muted and that I have been just talking to air for 26 minutes. I like this one a lot. I like that one too. That's from the front cover, I believe. I'm really hoping I can do something this weekend. I'm hoping this weekend is low-key enough. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm hoping this weekend is low-key enough, I like that one, that I can play a video game, that I can color, that I can do something that doesn't involve reading the news or... Oh, there it is. That's kind of like a built-in frame. That's pretty cool. I like that one too. Doesn't involve reading the news or napping, though I probably could use extra sleep. I just need to be able to distract myself a little. And I'm hoping I can do that this weekend. So, fingers crossed. Aw, the froggy looks so sad. Why is he sad? He's holding that flower. I gotta create a backstory for that page now. Definitely love when she sneaks in the cats as well. And the dogs and any of the other animals. That one's cute. And then here is an inspiration image here in the back as well. So, there's that one. Now, we're still in the Creative Haven Dover universe, but we're going to do something a little different. So, during the, there was a Dover sale on like cats and dogs and horses or something a month or two ago. And I snapped up quite a few books during that. That was like my last big purchase other than pre-orders, thank goodness. And that one book that I had to go get, Minka's Journey. And we're going to keep adding to that. So I'm just going to stop it right there. Anyway, I had not gotten a dot-to-dot book before. And I saw this one, of course, it's cats. It's a cats dot-to-dot. And Arkady Roytman. Boy, that's the best I can do, and I'm sorry. But anyway, so this is a little different. Let's see how many images. This has 30 images, or 30 puzzles. This is actually $7.99 US, so this is a little more than your standard Creative Haven book. So how this works is, I mean, first and foremost, it's a dot-to-dot puzzle book. So you make sure that's how this works. Yep. So you just open up the cover, and it says, basically summarizing, in this book, it's a variety of cats all over the world, in different scenes with them. So you start with dot number 1, and you connect the dots in numeric order. At the beginning of each line section, it's marked with a dot inside a small triangle. And the end of each line section is marked with a dot inside of a small circle. So keep following guidelines in mind as you wind your way along the dotted paths. So basically, with the triangle and the dot, you begin a new line section and you go dot to dot. When you get to a circle and a dot, you pick up your pencil and you look for the next sequential number with the triangle. So it's not just one line all the way through it. You're going to stop and pick up your pencil at some point. And I don't know, this might be something to do on video for one of these. So, who knows? That might be something fun to try. But as you can see up here, as you do that, you get a scene. And then you could go back in and color if you want to. So I think the first challenge would just be doing the dot to dot, and then you could always come back and color it if you wanted to. So I don't know if I'm going to show all the pages. These are perforated too, by the way. And it does tell you the total number of dots at the end of each one. And these are just all different kinds of cats. Let me see. Okay, there's nothing in the crease explaining what it is. So they're puzzles. You don't know what they are until you get them done, I guess. I don't know if I want to show this whole book because it's nothing but dots, right? Like, this is like some of those Color Quest books where all you see is a whole bunch of squares, and if you turn your head, sometimes you can see a vague outline of something, but heck, I can't even do that here. And at the back, it shows you the number of that image, and then it reminds you again that the triangle and dots in the line section, and then you pick up your pen and pencil and look for the next sequential number. So get 386 dots, 287. So these don't look like, I don't know, you probably can't knock these out in 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, no, we're not going to flip through all of these. I'm sorry, this is crazy. I'm not going to flip through a whole bunch of pages with random dots on them. If you want me to, put it in the comments and I will do it. How about that? We'll just do it like that. So when we get to the back, it actually shows you the solutions. So like that first one is an Abyssian that looks like it's drinking out of a bowl of water. And I am going to forget these as soon as I see them, so sorry if I'm spoiling you, but this gives you an idea of what they look like. And theoretically, again, you could come in here and you could kind of color in. And I think that would be kind of fun to try. So yeah, like, let's go back to the first one. I need a pen. Where's pen? There's pen. Actually, I want a pen I can actually feel comfortable holding, like just a regular ballpoint pen. Okay, first off, it would be really great if the number 1 was easily seen. Like, I guess putting an arrow to it would, y'all are all looking at me like, it's right there. Okay, so like 1's right here. Y'all get a little extra today. Y'all get a demo. A little bit of a demo too, so lucky you. Not that you could see any of the numbers right there. There we go. Alright, so here, 1's right here, if you can see it. They are small numbers. So you just, and I don't know if I'm the best person to be doing this, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11's over here. I am pretty shaky when I draw lines, so again, not sure if I'm the best person to be showing this, but so 16, 17. I was trying to see, oh, there we go, so 21. That ends a section right there. So I pick up my pen, now I go look for 22, which theoretically would be around, should be around there. There's 22 right there. So at 22, I start a new section. So I go 23, 24, 25, 26, 7, 20. Whoop. Oh well. 29, 30, 31, 2, 4, 5, 36, 38, 39, 40. Am I off the camera yet? I'm off the camera. 46. Jeez, this one's going a while, so okay, so I'm gonna just stop it here at, we're gonna stop it at 50. There we go. So that gives you an idea. It continues on, but y'all get the idea, right? Like, so you started and stopped in that section, then you started a new section. So I will draw the picture out, and that, what I'll probably do, unless I get in the mood to color them, is finish them and then just go through them, do that, and then come back and color one later or something. So anyway, there is a quick little demo of how that works, just in case you were wondering. You're like, I wasn't really wondering. Anyway, so I figured in lieu of just showing you a bunch of pages of dots, we could just do that. Finally, yes, another cat book. This is also a Dover book. It is part of the Dover coloring book series, which is a little bit different than Creative Haven, and I will explain. Maneki, Neko, Lucky Cat coloring book. This is also by Arkady Roytman. So sorry. So this is, the Dover coloring books are a little more inexpensive, a little less expensive than the Creative Haven books. They are normally like $3.99 US. A lot of times through the sales on Dover site and sometimes on Amazon, you can find these for $2. There's usually 30 images in these. These are not perforated. They are also double-sided. So in this case, I did get this for $2 because it was 50% off. What I tend to do with these, unless I plan on just using pencil in them, is I will probably scan, or if I'm not going to use the page behind them ever, I would, these types of books, I would probably scan in an image and then print it out and color it, if I wanted to preserve the image on the other side. So this shows you other Dover coloring books. This series types of books that are out there shows right here. Then we have the title page, our paragraph blurb with the copyright info, and then we start with our images. Now, these are generally not as complex as their Creative Haven series. So there's the cover one. These are the types that I would probably really enjoy trying some watercolors with and using markers. You do get some wallpaper pages in here. Quite a few, actually. So if you're not a big fan of that, you might want to skip this one. I kind of dig this one a lot. And they also do have some with like textured images, like the sky here is a little textured. So I should probably color one in here this weekend, because there's a little crease right there. That's a bummer. Because heaven knows I need some luck in my life. I need some lucky cat in my life right now. I have a big crease. I can't believe I just noticed that. That's a bit of a shame. That's fine. I'm not that worried about it. If it was like a giant rip or something for me, it might be one thing, but I can just, I'll work around that as best I can. I like that one a lot too. I like all these. They're just really cute pictures. Nothing that's overwhelming or anything. Heck, some of these would even be cool to color and then like cut out and put in little books and stuff, like journals and things like that. Has he got a carrot? I think that was on the title page as well. Hey, look, that's like an autumn picture you can even do. So you got some seasonal stuff in here even. And then there's that one there. You've got, and on the back cover, it just shows overall books you can get from Dover. And there we go. Pretty straightforward. I am going to go ahead and note, and I should have noted this at the start of the video. I may even put it in the description. Because Amazon is prioritizing essential supplies right now, and while we all consider coloring books essential supplies, sadly I don't believe the rest of the world does. While they're prioritizing essential supplies, there may be delays on shipments of books to their warehouses. So say like Dover may have trouble getting shipments of their Creative Haven books to the Amazon warehouses over the next few months. So it might, your delivery dates might extend out. Is that going to affect pre-orders? Possibly. I don't think there's a pre-order release for April, at least of the books I'm following, but I do know there's one in May, at least one in May. But this could affect pre-orders on coloring books. This could affect even some of your favorite coloring book artists. So especially those that print through Amazon. I don't know if that type of printing will be affected, since, you know, that's an in-house thing that Amazon is doing. But if their shipments are being prioritized to essential items, there's a very good possibility that those may be delayed as well. So if you are a fan also of, so with the Creative Haven books, if you're having trouble with them at Amazon, Dover Publishing does have their own website, and they do ship their own books out. You may have to pay a little in shipping, or I think it's usually free shipping over maybe like a $50 purchase. So if you go crazy and buy a bunch of books, hey, you save on shipping. But some of your artists that publish through, some of your favorite artists that publish through Amazon, like C.L. Aldridge, Deborah Muller, Jade Summer, Hannah Lynn, all of those types of artists may be very much impacted by this. So definitely, if they have Etsy shops, if you can't get a book through Amazon, be sure to check out their Etsy shops during this time. Show them some support and love, because this is probably, on top of everything, you know, concerning the coronavirus, is stressful enough. having your livelihood affected, as many of us have already experienced, is also extra stress on top of that. So be sure to show them some love and support where you can. And I will try to put a Saturday post up. If it's not Saturday, it'll be Sunday. And I don't know what I'm doing next week yet. So we're just going to see how the weekend goes. I can't think that far ahead right now. So I hope you guys take care. I hope you're... I'd like to sit here and tell you to take a breath and go for a walk and try to disconnect from everything for a while, but I can tell y'all that, but I'm not living. I feel like I'm telling you a lie because I'm not living the life I'm telling you to live. Like, I worry about everybody else, but at the end of the day, I know me, and I know that's something that I can't even follow right now. So I hope you do, though. Don't be like me. Don't be me. If you can avoid it. I told my therapist yesterday, I think I was going to say this earlier and I got off subject. I told her, I said, yeah, I was like, you know how like 3 weeks ago I was already worried about this? And I said, and now everybody else is worried about this. I was like, you'd think where I went and got a few little extra groceries here and there, and I tried to slowly prep for something like this, you'd think I would get a payoff from that. Like, you'd think somewhere in my brain that anxiety would be like, hey, look at you actually got prepped ahead of time and the anxiety worked out in your favor, and I would get some sort of payoff. Like, I could just take a breath and be like, well, at least you know that. Now, no, my brain just shoves more into that area where that other anxiety was. And having my mom get sick, having my mom have that surgery and then have complications has not helped matters. And we laughed because she said, well, at least now everybody is as anxious as you are. And I was like, yeah. I said, and people that are anxious like this, just imagine living like this 24/7, 365 days a year. And it's not just coronavirus. It's, it's family, it's pets, it's work, it's whatever I need to put in there, or I'm going to make something up. It's like this all the time. This is my life all the time. And that's why I said the other day, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, because it is. It's hell on earth. And I don't feel validated or relieved at all that my anxiety over this actually came to fruition. Like, I feel no payoff from this. I'm just, more than anything, I'm just depressed. I'm like, I really wish it had been the other way, and that I was worrying over nothing. I really do. Over my mom's surgery and over this. I really wish the payoff would have been I worried over nothing. And that didn't happen. So, but I will muddle through it as best I can. We will all muddle through this as best as we can, because that is what we do. That is, as much as I don't think I'm a strong person because I muddle through this every day. I don't have a lot of wins lately, but I guess it's a win when I can manage to get up and sit at my desk and work and at least function, and when this is going on. And I applaud anybody that's doing this right now, and I applaud those people that are at the grocery stores and the pharmacies and are still having to go into work, and are battling just rude, crazy, stupid people. I don't know. I really... Oh, and the more I think about it, the worse I feel. So, on that note, I hope you guys have a better weekend. I hope you have a couple better days than what you've probably been facing lately. And like I said, we will muddle through all this as best as we can, as a human race, as a nation, as, our individual selves, and it will get better. It will get better sometime, somehow. Just It will get better. So thanks guys, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.